Shop smart, shop S-Smart.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of New Book Who Dis. I'm your host, DeathMetalHero, and with me is longtime friend of the channel, Mr. Edwin Acevedo. How's it going, bro?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm gearing up for Heroes Con, which is a couple of weeks away, and doing some original artworks and. This is one of the originals that's going to be at the convention for anybody that's going to be there. But I'm excited. Got a whole bunch of prints made up, and just been trying to get every last little thing prepared before I head up there. So always worry that you're going to forget something, and you inevitably do. But we do our best. We do our best. So what you been up to, man?
Oh man, me back on the grind right here, trying to promote the Ace Volume 3, which just launched on Friday. So just trying to put that pedal to the metal, as they say.
Right. Yeah, Volume 3. Holy shit, man. Not many people in this scene can actually say that. Volume 3 of a series that they've been working on, and this is not the only thing that you've been working on too. You've been doing a bunch of other stuff in conjunction with. So you busy man. Getting shit done. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, getting books and fulfilling them, which is the second important part.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Unfortunately, there seems to be a lot of unfulfilled books, and with unfulfilled books, you have unfulfilled customers, and that's no good. That's no way to run a business.
Yeah.
But before we get too far into that, we'll go ahead and say hi to the chat. What's up, Haldir? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. And there's my lovely lady, Skull, beautiful. Thank you for being here. I'll be driving up on Sunday to visit her, and then from there on to Charlotte, and then we got this crazy guy right here. Thank you, Feline, dropping the link for Ace Volume 3. Everybody hit that link, and you'll be able to grab the book. So the last time we had you on, you were doing Bloodbone. How did that go for you?
Oh, Bloodbone went great, man. It's a second chance. I think a lot more people decided to jump on it. We offered some cool little extra little things from Shelby, who came through big time. So
Shelby's great, man.
The best.
Dude, he always comes in clutch too. Striking images our boy Shelby is able to render, and quickly too. So yeah.
Pretty much done with fulfillment. I have like a couple of standing orders left. I'm just waiting to get a final order of books from Comics Wellspring, which have been like super delayed. I guess they're going through like some production upgrades, so they got a lot of stuff pushed back. But probably within the next couple of weeks, I should have the last order of books in, and then everything will get shipped out to the last remaining people. So get
awesome.
That done. Yeah.
Yeah. So you doing this all on your own? You getting the books put together and doing fulfillment on your own.
Well, yeah, it's it's gonna be my 6th campaign, so it's good.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. It feels like the first one.
Does it get any easier? Do you have like a system down now, or is it still kind of chaos whenever you have to do one of these?
I mean, some things are like, I'm one of those people that the more I do something, the more it kind of becomes more normal.
Right.
So after a couple campaigns in, you kind of start, but there's always like that last minute panic of launching the Indiegogo, making sure you got everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's, I was chilling Saturday, Friday, I had the day off, getting ready to launch on Bancrofts, and then this like fear hit me of like, just double check it one more time. And there was nothing wrong, everything was fine, but it's just like this creeping fear always gets you. Where like, did I make sure I put everything correctly? Like I put my banking information and I make sure like I click the in demand option. There's all these little things that you just like. So you're trying to just go through that. So yeah, I don't think it's ever going to change as long as you launch a campaign. You're always going to have a little bit of panic before.
I imagine so. A little bit of trepidation, and making sure that you did every little thing. Because there's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot that goes into setting up a campaign. There's a lot that goes into making sure it's ready to go from day one. And you can forget some things, especially if you're in a hurry or if you're focused on something else. Yes, exactly. What am I forgetting? There's always something. That's and that's how I feel about getting ready for conventions. Do I have everything? Making sure that I have my my little credit card reader. Because somebody comes up and they want to buy something with a card, and I can't take a card because I didn't bring my reader with me. Well, fuck. It's always a thing. But yeah, making sure everything is ready to rock and roll. I suppose that's I don't know. That's part of this this whole scene that we find ourselves in. Yeah. That's fantastic, man. So 6 campaigns. Wow. And obviously 3 of which now are Ace. And we had John for what was it? White Leopard.
Yeah,
and then
White Leopard. Then I did 2 Blood Bones. The Shelby one was the second chance for it. So
yeah. That's awesome. So are you gonna do like a full? I know the Bloodbone was an ash can. So you planning on do like a full out comic with Bloodbone?
Yeah, Bloodbone's gonna have a whole like it should be close to like 28 to 32 somewhere around there. It should be like a full like number 1, yeah.
Right on. That's awesome. And you're working on that with Joe Ball, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Fuck yeah, man. That's insane. Did you ever think that it would be like this? That this is what your life would be. You do the day job and then you do comics on the side.
No, like I said, I dreamt of being a comic book creator when I was younger.
Yeah.
But once I got through high school, I wasn't meant to be an artist, which was my original dream. So,
right.
It wasn't until like this kind of indie comics movement started that it kind of re-sparked my love and interest in comics, which really hadn't been there for a couple of years. I mean, I kind of basically had started to tap out of like the big 2. So, discovering like all these independent guys doing their own thing, like that just inspired me. I saw guys like Joe, Sim, Passion for Drawing, the Diaz boys, all those guys, just like saw them work on everything and do it by themselves. That was truly inspiring. So it definitely motivated me to kind of start my journey and see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, seeing other people succeed and being like, you know what, I can do that too.
Yeah.
And it's inspiring to see other people succeed because that means that there's an audience out there. That means that there are people out there that want, the type of thing that you're making.
Yeah. Then, I've been fortunate enough to become friends and, have formed some sort of bonds with super talented creators like, working with Donald, like, like crazy.
Donald's great.
And Donald's worked with me on tons of like stuff. I hope to get him to work on more future stuff. Getting Joe Ball, Shelby, all these people, that will do work for me. So this has been great.
There's a lot of cool people over here, and there's a fucking metric ton of talent over in this indie scene. What was like one of your first comic books that you read as a kid? Like, what was one of your first experiences with comics? Like, what got you into comics?
So the first comic book I got, I always forget the name of it, but it's something like Foes of Spider-Man. It's basically issue number 4 of a 4-part miniseries. So imagine it had like Beetle, it had like Hydro. Sandman, Rhino, all these Spider-Man villains, and Spider-Man trying to do his best to like take them down.
Right.
It was completely it blew my mind. Like the idea of like, first off, it was villains fighting each other because things fall apart in the end, and the villains turn on each other. So, and then seeing how Spider-Man kind of used that to his advantage to eke out a victory and stuff. It was so much fun. Like I remember just like thinking like, this is the coolest thing. Like I don't get all of it, but I remember just rereading that one comic so many times and then like eventually, I found out that a little kind of like corner store had like a spinner rack.
Yeah.
That's when I discovered Uncanny X-Men. It was,
Yeah, man.
I think it was 283, the one with Bishop and Storm on the cover.
Oh yeah, dude.
Pissed me off. Oh, that changed my life, man. Once I discovered Will Portacio and the X-Men, that
Portacio was on top of his game back then.
Every week I would go down with Eddie, grab some money, and just like see what they had. And like, first thing was X-Men, second was Spider-Man. Then usually I had enough money for one more thing, and that's when I like branching out to like books like Darkhawk and all these kind of other weird kind of books. But yeah, it all started with Spider-Man and X-Men, man. Those were my thing, man. Every month I'd be trying to track down as many issues as I could and just kind of find out the newest thing that was going on with them, man.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. Spider-Man was one of my first books as well. My dad got me these little like digest size Marvel Comics magazine. They were reprints of old Stan Lee and Romita Sr. Spider-Man books. So the Spider-Man that I grew up on was Romita Sr. And then, I started getting Amazing Spider-Man, and then I discovered the X-Men, because the cartoon caught my eye. I don't know if you ever saw, like, Pride of the X-Men or the episode of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends where the X-Men show up. I was hooked from then on. And I remember getting, I guess it was Uncanny X-Men Annual number 12. It's an all Art Adams book. And it's got like this big mechanical, like, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a robot with a domed head, and then a backup story with the X-Babies and Mojo World and stuff. And I was completely hooked on the X-Men from that on. So yeah, I'm right there with you, man. It's they were fucking fun stories, man. And then we got great cartoons of them in the 90s,
Definitely the X-Men cartoon, man. Just waking up. X-Men cartoon, Spider-Man cartoon. That was it, man.
Made Saturday morning worth getting out of bed for.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fantastic, dude. I love hearing about how people got into comics, just because a lot of us have like the same kind of similar origins, I guess I should say. Where the things that got us into it, and now we're making our own stuff. We're doing what we can to create that sense of fun and energy and excitement that we got from reading comics back in the day.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I always say, like, my goal with my comics is, anything from a cover or anything is just like, with a 13-year-old me looking at the spinner,
right?
Pick this up, and like, so that's like my barometer for anything that I do. I'm just like. I try to place myself in that shoes and be like, just imagine you have all these books in one place. How does yours stand out for everything? Yeah, and that's kind of what I go for.
That's a good metric to have, man. Like, would you pick it up off the shelves when if you were younger, And, it may not be a perfect metric, but, I always say create something that you would read, and you'll find an audience. You'll find other people that will be looking for that same thing, Let's see. What's up, Tim?
Yeah, what up, Tim?
Welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out, man. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for showing up. Okay. I'm sure that most of my audience is probably familiar with the Ace, but for anybody that might be tuning in or watching a replay that is not familiar, why don't you give us a brief rundown of who Ace is and kind of where the character came from?
Yeah, so the Ace is the story of a young man called David Diaz. He's looking for purpose in his life after graduating from college. And one day he comes across the remains of a shooting star. And what he finds in the wreckage gives him the ability to transform into this armored being. And basically, once he adopts the armor, he ends up becoming the most sought after object in the entire universe, which includes all these crazy aliens, like Akula, this giant talking shark bounty hunter. There's Angelique, this female winged warrior, and a bunch of others who all want the armor for their own agendas and for their own means. So basically, Ace has to figure things out on the fly and figure out who he can trust, who can he trust, and he's got to figure out how to own the armor and kind of use it for his best capabilities in the middle of these kind of like strange and crazy moments. So yeah, it's what the about.
It's kind of a bit of a fish out of water story. Yeah. You know, he's suddenly thrust into this world he probably wasn't prepared for, and now has to make his way.
Yeah, like I love the idea that, you know, David starts off as a normal human. You know, there's no superheroes in his world. There's no aliens or anything.
Right.
So he's just like living a normal life. He discovers this weird armor, and he has it for about 6 months, where he kind of starts figuring out some things about it, and then everything changes. One day, Akula shows up, literally knocking on his front door, and now he's got a fight on his hands, and that basically kicks off him being introduced to all these different aliens, the Godless. That you see Desi there with the white hair. She's part of this elite strike force that gets sent to Earth to bring Ace back to her home planet. Then he meets Angelique, this female winged warrior who wants the armor for her own kind of personal vendetta. And now we meet the Hyun, this kind of crazy warlike hyena aliens. So yeah, we just go from one threat to the other, as you can see there.
It's a dangerous universe out there. Holy crap.
There's a whole other side of the universe that he's been safe from, that Earth has been safe from. It's kind of considered like a backwater. You know, it's considered like, you know, not worthy. It doesn't have anything special. So most aliens leave it alone. There's not really anything interesting until the armor shows there, and then all hell breaks loose.
And suddenly there's a reason to go to Earth.
Yeah, so
wow.
I like playing with all those things, man. It's been really fun. And then this one's like a big team up, you know. You have Ace and his former foes there, Akula, Angelique, all having to form an alliance to take down the Hyun. So yeah, it becomes a lot of fun. It's like everything I built up the last 2 issues, you know, with the origin stories and different things. If you read them, you don't have to, you know, you can still pick up on everything. We make it sure that it's readable. But if you did, you know, and if you want to go back, you can read Ace 1 and 2 and then read 3, and then you'll get a lot more. You'll see like a deeper kind of backstory for a lot of these characters and some of their motivations and stuff. So it makes it fun.
That's that is fun. And these are all his foes. They were all, you know, trying to get the armor from him. So, you know, now having to work with his most dangerous enemies. I mean, that's shaky ground to be on for sure. So that makes for some fun storytelling beats. Yeah.
And also, you know, the Hyun are, you know, I always came, they're kind of like the assholes of the universe. You know, that nobody really likes it too much. So, you know, it's kind of like, it kind of makes it, you know, like they kind of realize early on, like, oh yeah, we can't really play around here. Like this is, you know, the Hyun are a real threat, and, you know, we're kind of outnumbered and outmanned. So, you know, it's kind of like, it also kind of explains why they decide to like team up instead of kind of doing their own thing. They know like this is a serious threat in the Hyun and their leader. So, you know, they take it seriously.
Yeah. Sounds like they need to. Tim is saying, he's giving you a merch idea here. You need to make some playing cards so you can literally have an ace up your sleeve.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely got to do something with the cards. I just haven't come up with the right hook for it yet, but definitely thinking about what to do with them.
Feline's got the rim shot, the brum ching. And Tim wants to know: will this lead to a team book, or is this just a team up just for this issue?
Yeah, you never know what the future holds. You know, like I have a plan, obviously, but you know, different feedback and different things kind of, you know, I can go back and kind of. Originally, Akula wasn't supposed to show up until Isha's floor, but you know, the feedback and everything, I saw an opportunity to bring him in volume 3, and it kind of worked out for the best. So, you know, you always tweak it and change things. So, to feedback, you know.
Yeah, you sometimes the story evolves. You have an idea for a story, and it just evolves over time. Yeah. And you know, if you're really keyed into your story and the narrative, sometimes it feels like it just writes itself. You know, it feels right when you're writing it, and you realize that you need to shift things around to make it, you know, that will make it work even better than you had planned before. You know, sometimes you don't realize that about stories until you're in the thick of creating them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Matt LaRock? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thanks
what
for
up?
being here. Matt says, I got some playing cards with a recent indie book, and I thought they were cool. Heck yeah, I love playing cards, man. They're fun. You know. All right, let's take a look at your trailer here. Right on, man. Very cool. So, who did your trailer for you?
That was good stuff.
Nice. Very cool. I thought it might have been good stuff. He does some good stuff. Oh, wait. I actually have that. Hang on. Where is it? No. There it is. I know. It's a very professional operation we got going on here. But yeah, that was a good trailer. Very epic in feel. I like it. Feline's giving it the fire. And got the link there. So everybody, if you like what you hear so far, go ahead and hit that link. Go grab the books. Yes,
Yeah,
Good
also,
Stuff does trailers.
He does. It does a lot of I think logos, lots of different stuff. Good Stuff's got a whole operation.
Mm-hmm.
So reach out to him.
So he's getting it rolling.
Yeah, they want to say, like, one thing I'm doing with this campaign is anytime I'm on a live stream, if anybody backs, they're gonna be I'm gonna be tossing in a special bonus item.
Ooh.
It's gonna be super exclusive. Like I said, it's only gonna be when I'm on stream and people back. So
Yeah.
if you want some cool art, cool pieces or something special that's gonna be added to your order, please back during the stream. Or any live stream of mine, but preferably this one.
Right? Hey, back it now.
Yeah.
Do it now. Yeah. But you know, the people love getting little extras like that, man. You know, little, and especially exclusive things, because like let's be honest. You know, we're a bunch of comic nerds and we're collectors. We like to collect things, and we like to have our exclusive thing that, you know, maybe not everybody has. Part of an exclusive club because we have this little thing, this trinket, this comic book or whatever. You know, cards.
I'm very big on that. Like all the colors that I do are exclusive. Like this is the only way that you can get the
Jason did these metal cards, you know, exclusive. Yeah. See? Yeah. So, you know, exclusive stuff. I get it, man. It's a good idea.
Yeah, like I said, this Dan Doll cover, that's the only way you're gonna be get is during this campaign. It won't be offered.
Nice.
After, so like if you want it, that's the chance. Same thing with any kind of like we do like any like bonus material, any prints or anything that gets done. You know, like everything is limited to each campaign. So
only
thing it'll be slightly overprinted just in case, you know, I have to do replacements.
Sure. Of course.
You know, that's stuff I send to like my buddies and stuff, and like, you know, my artists for comps and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't keep much. I have a very small apartment, so I'm not trying to keep anything extra. So we print extra, and that's it. It's gone. So
okay. So I see you've got the Ace 1, 2, and 3 comic bundle here. Now are those okay? about to say, are they first printings? No, they're third printing and second printings. Okay, I see that.
Yeah,
That's
these are
cool.
gonna have logo only, so you'll see the original Ace logo is gonna be on volume 1. Volume 2 will have the exclusive. So, like I said, we had some awesome covers for volume 1 and 2, but the time has passed. So,
right. So is that what the cover of the 1 and 2 is going to be? Just the logo?
Yeah, it's gonna be a logo like in the middle, big.
Okay.
Big, bold, and then everything else will be the same. It'll be like it might have like a different credits page just to like differentiate that it's a third printing, but everything else is the same as like.
Right. I like the idea of doing different covers and having exclusive covers for specific campaigns. I think that gives backers a unique something that is just for them because they took a chance on the campaign, because they invested early. And having different covers, like if you did like a second printing, cover art or something like that, that would give the people that backed it or got it through a catch-up tier like this something exclusive as well. And you could get the collector hook again and like get people that want to be completionists and have all the covers. So no, I get that, and I think it's a good idea. I'm glad you're offering 1 and 2 to go along with 3. It's always nice to be able to get all of them all at once, because sometimes you can't back things when you want, and then you miss the campaign, and it's, such is the nature of crowdfunding, right?
Also, like there's tons of add-ons, so if anybody likes a specific kind of way of putting a bundle together, they can do it through the add-ons. Pretty much almost everything except I think the retro is available to be added on. So you can kind of pick and choose, what works for you.
Nice. I like that level of flexibility in a campaign too. Always, it was always nice to be able to customize what you can get from the campaign. And Canales is still doing the interiors, right?
Yep. Canales is still doing the main story art. Hal's doing the colors for it, and like they've leveled up so much, both of them together. Like this
for
book looks
real,
incredible.
man. Look at these pages. Like
I
hot damn.
I wish I could show more because these are good, but like as the book goes on and like the big action and everything, it gets crazy. The art levels up even more, and I'm just super happy. You guys are killing it right now.
Yeah, they really are. They're doing fantastic, and you can tell that they're starting to get into a workflow. Like when a creative team works on a book and like gets to stay on a book for a while, they get into that flow, and then that's when the magic happens. I mean, look at Byrne's run with Claremont. The Claremont Byrne run on X-Men. They had a long time to actually work on that book, and they had a great fucking workflow, and magic happened.
Yeah. So
this is coming together, man. It's beautiful.
And then that's from the epilogue story, which Hal is drawing and coloring. So yeah, just that dude's he's a monster, man. He just continues to
Hal's great. Holy shit, man.
His layouts, his creativity for stuff. It's just like out of this world, man. So he did a tremendous job with this epilogue story here.
Right on, dude.
I love that visor shot of the first panel, like the reflection, then the monster pops up. Yeah,
great stuff. Wow. All right, so how many pages are we looking at for this one?
It's 32 pages, just like the first two.
Nice. Okay. So, at any point do you think you will collect all of this in volumes? I'm sure I probably asked you that before, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the first 4 issues being like the first kind of major arc. Mm-hmm. So once volume 4 is out, then I'll be looking to like collect them in like a trade. Okay. So it'll kind of wrap up the first kind of adventure of the Ace, and then volume 5 should kind of go off into its own kind of tangent.
Start a new story arc.
Kind of gonna take a bit of a left turn once kind of we do this first 4-parter.
Nice. Tim says that creature is awesome looking. Hell yeah. And he says I don't recognize his art anymore. And then a couple of wows. Yep, they are fucking crushing it. And yes, that is an action figure. So tell us about the Ace Retro action figure.
So yeah, this is based off the old WWF Hasbros. in the 90s. Anybody who collected
Okay.
those.
Yeah.
They're like there's like a big retro kind of re-wave now. There's a bunch of companies, independent companies, putting out wrestling figures with kind of the retro style. And yeah, there's this guy. He works on a lot of customs, and he does his own kind of like versions of them. And I kind of met him, and we kind of kicked it, and then I pitched him this idea, and he was totally down for it. And he came up with this awesome design for it. And I do have one here in hand.
Oh,
you can see right there.
Wow.
You can see right there, like a simple figure, waist articulation, head, the arms. And then the coolest thing though is like this.
That's awesome. Heck yeah.
I put it over the top. I was like, this is it. So yeah, these are super limited. They were expensive as hell, but wanted to do something cool with it. The Slam Buddies last time. So we want to do something different this time. So yeah, these are really awesome, man. And like if they sell out, I might be doing a run on trying to get them to do a cooler ones for the next campaign. So
yeah, man.
It's an Akula one. Definitely, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And if I remember correctly, you said Akula kind of became a surprise popular character for you, right?
Yeah, like he received tons of fan art and different just people. Anytime I post anything, Akula related, people always like, oh, Street Sharks. They always they make some sort of comment like, oh, talking shark. There's something always Akula related. Anytime I post some Akula art, so it grabs people. So I'm like, hey, he's part of the universe. I consider him like Spike from Buffy. He's
awesome.
He's gonna be coming in and out, and he's gonna be causing chaos and being a pain in the ass. But he's gonna be worth it. And he's super fun to write. Like the more I write him, the more fun I have with him. So
you think you'll ever do like a little mini series with Akula, just his adventures? Yeah,
I really want to. Like it has to be the right story.
Sure.
It has to be the right hook. Like when I did his origin story,
right,
in volume 2, just like a quick 4-page, and I really like that. I think it's actually, it might be the favorite thing I've ever written, just as personally, because it's just like the characters you can do so much with. Like you can literally just put him in almost any circumstance and he works, and that's super rare because you can't do that with every character.
This is true.
So, yeah, if I found the right story, I would definitely love to do like a little, maybe like an ash can or something for Akula.
Right. I mean, that
was his own story, and he just kind of can go crazy.
I mean, bounty hunters out in the galaxy, out in the universe, out in space is fun material, man. It's solid. Now the character design, because it's a great character design. Is that did you draw him up like that, or who designed Akula?
He was originally designed. God, I always forget his name. I apologize. I'm terrible with names. Literally, it's so bad. Like I just, I've worked in like retail, and so I meet so many people and stuff. So it's just like one of those things where unless we're buddies and I know you and stuff, like your name is gonna go like this. But
at least, yeah. I mean, I've worked retail. I totally get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually the artist for Tug, the Littlest Umbrella.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen anything that he's done. I used to see stuff on Twitter or X, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
But I don't see a lot of people on Twitter anymore.
I know the timeline is a mess. But anyway, he was actually supposed to be the artist for Ace Volume 1. He did character concepts, and he actually, I think I have maybe the first 3 pages that he laid out. And he had like personal situation. So, he couldn't do it. So that's when I reached out to Canales. I took some of his concept, but Canales basically redesigned them. Like he gave him the robot legs, which I think is to me, it did a
cool
180 on Akula. Like the moment I saw him drawn with the robot legs, it kind of clicked his personality, like instead of being kind of more of a copycat of Lobo, like I said, I saw more a Spike, you know, he's somebody that you kind of want to root for, even though he does bad things from time to time. So, you know, it's kind
Okay.
of like I started kind of to like get more into it once Canales kind of reworked them. So yeah, Canales, I give him tons of credit for that because I never saw that
That's
coming.
fucking great,
You know,
man.
like to me, that's a cool one. Now, anytime I see
Yeah.
him, he has to have the robot legs. He has to have like that kind of, way that Canales gives him. So yeah, he's so awesome character. And like I said, reason why I love
Beautiful alchemy.
with guys like Canales,
Yeah.
super creative, always showing
Mhm.
something new that it's unexpected. And yeah, so it's a blast to work with him.
Fantastic. Yeah, I like Canales. He's good. It's been a while since I've gotten a chance to talk to him. I think the last time I talked with him was when I had Chimera on for a show. He's always a hoot. He's always a good time to hang out with, and he does fantastic work. You know, yeah, that's awesome. I love hearing about the synergy, I guess, the back and forth, because it's one of the beautiful things about making comics, especially if people are like dedicated to creating something good. They put that extra little bit of creativity in there, and it sparks something in, the artist will do something, and like with Akula, that design sparked a change in the way you saw the character, and then the character kind of came alive for you.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of like stories kind of becoming something more than you originally thought that they were.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's fucking great, man. I love hearing stuff like this. So how many volumes do you think you of Ace you got? I mean, how many do you have planned out so far? If you want to give that away.
There's no like set number. Like I said, Ace is my baby. I want to write it as long as I can. So, so as long as people continue to back, and we can make it happen. Continue to put them out, man. They're like I said, they're my number one passion above everything else that I do. They're these characters. Every time I revisit them, I just have so much fun with them. So,
and that comes through whenever. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Volume 3. It's fantastic, dude. So if you were, are there any other characters that have stood out to you like Akula or,
I think Angelique really, I think by the end of the issue, she really like becomes kind of more fleshed out and more interesting to me. So like, definitely there's going to be more with her in the future. Desi, I'm still trying to figure her out completely.
Right.
There's a lot of ways that I can take her. So, we're kind of, I think by the end of volume 4, like I'll have her completely figured out. But yeah, it's like each time you write a book, you just kind of discover more and more. And like, one thing from issue 1, David's voice and everything, his personality, like, the way he behaves, like that's been like second nature. Like, I feel like I've got a good lock on him. So, he's basically the center of like the universe. So
yeah, because he found the armor that everybody wants, and then that kind of stuff is fun to play around with because that gives like a pull to go out into space and explore things instead of having to always be on Earth. I dig that, dude. All right, so we got a Joe Ball Ace sketch card and Crocutta.
Yeah, the commander, the leader of the Hyun.
That's cool. Hey, only $30 for the figure. Wow. That for boutique figures like that, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And then the Desi sketch card is all gone.
Yeah.
No, so if you get further along, will you be putting up more original artwork for the campaign?
I'm 50-50 on adding more stuff. It didn't really sell in past campaigns.
Oh, okay.
So like, it's one of those things where like if there's a demand, obviously, we can make it happen, but there has to be demand. I try to streamline campaigns to like what I think will sell, So
absolutely.
Like, kind of has to make sense. But yeah, there's always, like I said, I'm always willing to listen for different kind of ideas and different things. We got another 50 some days, so I'll take all ideas.
Right.
As long as we can make this happen. So much appreciated.
Absolutely.
And we will have some more sketch cards as the campaign goes on. That is guaranteed. You'll get some really cool ones coming up. Probably next couple of weeks. So yeah.
These are both great. Love
Yeah,
the
Joe
look
always
on.
does. Joe always does fantastic detail. Like I said, the pictures don't really do them justice, but once you get the sketch card, you'll see the line work and the
Yeah.
hats that Joe puts in them. Yeah, they're a steal at that price. I'll say that.
Agreed. I mean, sketch cards are fun. Been doing some of those to get ready for the convention. But yeah, they're always little pieces of original artwork. And they don't cost you an arm and a leg. So
No, trust me, you will be paying an arm and a leg for some Joe Ball originals.
yeah. Well, I mean, it takes time to do all that detail.
I've seen him. Guy's a madman. Slaving away at the board. Literally just that's him all night. Just
Yeah, no, I will definitely agree with you there. He is a madman when it comes to that. I don't know that I could do that, but it's badass when he fucking does it, man. I love this cover. Dan Dahl did a fantastic job on this cover, man. Who did the colors on the cover? Is that
Eugene?
Eugene?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they made a great combination on the Lost Pages stuff, so I thought it only made sense to hire him to do the cover.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man. I love his pages. They're this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. We gonna meet any other races in this book, like the hyena people?
Yeah, the Hyun, you get to meet them. You kind of get to see what they're about. I compare them a lot to kind of like the Klingons from the original Star Trek. They're a lot more kind of feral, warlike. Basically the Krakuta's the leader, basically because he's the strongest. They respect strength, they respect power, skill. So they're basically very driven to kind of bring back their race to prominence in the universe. They're basically kind of shunned and kind of like hated and feared at this point. They want to get back to like ruling the universe, and they think the armor's the way to do that. So that's why they'll stop at nothing to get.
They actually do sound like Klingons.
Different like alien races and different. They're very much based on like the Nova Corps, the Green Lantern Corps. So Canales has a lot of fun times with that. So yeah, you get to see a couple more alien races pop up at the end of it.
Heck yeah. Sends it out more into the universe. I love seeing like the universes that are created around these characters. I keep going back to Akula, and I want to see him like in a bar, on a bounty hunting mission. Like that's sticking to my head now, man. I'm sorry.
Trust me, if you read volume 2, the short story, he'll easily become even more of a favorite. Like I said, it's one of my own personal, might be the most personal favorite thing I've ever written. It's just so much fun, and Hal did the art for that too, and it's incredible.
Excellent. Hal does great stuff, man, and they're literally crushing it on the pages. Haldir says, "I backed the digital catch-ups here." Well, thank you, Haldir.
Thank you, Haldir. You rock.
Appreciate you doing that. All right, so when are you looking to fulfill?
I was going to fulfill towards the end of the year. We're looking at November, December time.
Okay, so probably around time for Christmas.
Yeah.
So back it now, so you have a Christmas present on the way. Hell yeah. Figure turned out fantastic, dude. I think that's I never really collected the wrestling figures back in the day, but I remember my friends in school having them, and they were cool. You know, the oversized shoulders. So this is one guy that makes your figures?
Yeah. He did a great job. Like I said, it was really kind of like a spur of the moment. I wasn't really sure how deep he can get with the character. You know,
Right.
I originally thought maybe just do him like in like human form and just maybe have like a helmet, like accessory.
Right.
But you know, when he dug the armor, he was like, "Well, I think I can do the armor." I was like, "Look, really? If you can do the armor, yeah, let's stop playing. Let's do the armor." And then,
Right.
you know, he threw in the fact that it was the removable helmet. To me was just like the coolest thing. I was like, at the end, then I remember, you know, he sent me like the figures. You know, he showed me pictures and everything. So I finally got it home. I opened it and I just took off the helmet and I was like, "This is insane! Like this is probably next to like holding Ace Volume 1 in my hand. That's probably like my favorite moment, just holding this little Ace figure in my hand. This is like, oh, it's crazy."
That's fucking great, man. I can only imagine seeing a figure of the character that you created.
Yeah.
Now you definitely got to have an Akula, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That way you can at least have them set up on your desk, you know, squaring off, or working together, you know, as this story is. Great looking campaign, man. So where do you go from here after this? Are you working on another side project? Are you doing more Ace? What's up for you after you get done with this?
We're working on more blood bone stuff. That's kind of like a work in progress. You know,
Right.
Joe's main work is on Death. So like when he gets some free time and stuff, he'll do some blood bone stuff. But you know, it's basically he's slaving away trying to get that monster under control, and you know, people. That's that's a tough thing. But yeah, you know, he keeps working at it and keeps chopping away at it. So like I said, in between that, some Bloodbone stuff, and then maybe the next campaign, I'm thinking about doing a second chance for Raid of the White Leopard. I think the project kind of went under the radar, and I think the art, you know, from Avery, I think is just incredible, and maybe give it a chance on another site and see kind of what it does. Throwing some bonus material and kind of see what we can do with that.
Very cool. Yeah, I remember when that one came out. I was hoping that it you know, people would catch on to it because it looked like a really cool story. You know, it's a different take on the Viking tale, I thought. You know, and people should definitely check it out.
Yeah, so you know, just that's the cool thing about having all these different platforms that you can try. You know, like I said, the Blood Bowl Second Chance went well, so I was really happy about that. So you know, maybe try it again with a Raid and kind of see if maybe, you know, we can get some more eyeballs on it. I think it's definitely worth. I'm super happy with it. And I think Avery's art definitely deserves a second look. I think it was really fantastic stuff he did in that book. So.
And like you were saying, there's more sites to try. I mean, when you launched that, there wasn't Fund My Comic to give a shot. You know, maybe it finds an audience over there that it didn't over here. I mean, because that was Indiegogo is interesting to say the least sometimes when it comes to campaigns.
Yeah, all these you know, Raid actually launched on Fund My Comic, but it was kind of like during a weird time. You know, I think it just kind of got swallowed up by a lot of other stuff that was going on, you know. So, you know, it happens, you know. I've seen tons of people launch campaigns and then the first one doesn't really do that well. Then the second time they go around, more people catch up, and then, you know, they and it's also like different platforms, you know, they kind of like different kind of I think maybe, you know, another platform would be good to kind of give it more eyeballs, you know, like I think like Ace, I think has found a nice home in Indiegogo, but you never know. Sometimes you have to pivot and go somewhere else and try something new. So, you know, I'm looking to explore any crowdfunder that's available. I'm trying to see like what's out there, who's out there, and get myself kind of more, you know, like I said, trying to get more spotlight on these stories and these IPs and stuff. So yeah, we'll be out we're putting out more stuff.
More eyeballs, the better. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Now I know I asked you this backstage, but would you ever do conventions? You know, because you're going to have like a wealth of material that you could set up at a table at a weekend and have like all your different books.
Yeah, like I think once we're done with like the fourth Ace, it'll give me more flexibility. You know, I'll be able to collect it in a trade. I'll be able to kind of
Right.
like maybe put out some like slimmer like issues for conventions. Maybe just do like a little kind of like like 20-page thing that I can put out. It's just like tells a little bit of the story of the Ace, and then you can chop it up that way and try different things. But yeah, I'm just trying to get through this first kind of like arc, make sure that it's as good as it can be. And then, we can kind of like start seeing what's out there as far as conventions go,
Yeah. And I mean, you're almost there, How far along are they with the artwork? Like, do you have a percentage?
Oh yeah, all the art's done for the book.
The book is done.
I'm not quite. The epilogue needs to be lettered, and need a couple of like credits pages and stuff like that. So that should go quick. SK, who's my letterer, is always does great work, and he's super quick. So I'll get him probably by end of June, July. I'll get him kind of to bang those out, and like I said, before the campaign's done, I should have a proof. Like usually pretty quick turnaround with all this stuff.
Excellent. That's awesome. Yeah, and I mean, obviously, the proof is in the pudding. The 6th campaign, and all campaigns have been fulfilled, and fulfilled happy customers. Some person, what's up? Some person says the Ace Volume 3, get yourself caught in the Ace hole. Yes, indeed. And another 32 pages. Now, are these saddle stitch or are they perfect bound?
They're regular staple.
Okay, yeah. Regular saddle stitch. Okay, cool. So I mean, you're effectively doing floppies, just like an oversized floppy. That's awesome. Yeah, people like picking up floppies at the convention. So when you do, I mean, people like trades as well, obviously. But yeah, I'm excited for that, man. I'm excited for you to get to Volume 4 and be able to collect it into a collected edition as well.
Yeah, it's also be able to throw in some like sketches and original art and different concepts and stuff. So it'll be cool to see different kind of the phases of Ace, from the start to like we end up in Volume 4 and kind of see the progression, which I think is super important.
Absolutely. Hal did a great job on these pages. They look great.
It's fantastic.
I love this part right here. I keep coming back to these. Oh, you can't see my mouse. These two panels right here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, really, really well done. Really well done. Well, we've been going for about an hour. Is there anything else that you want to say about Volume 3 or Ace in general before we wrap this one up?
Yeah, guys, like I said, this has been a labor of love. This 3rd edition, I think it's the best one yet. The art has leveled up. I think the story is incredibly fun. The idea of seeing all these characters working together that have been introduced the first 2 issues against a new threat. It's completely action-packed. Like it gets really good, especially towards the end of it, and you get to see a lot of great action, big kind of fight scenes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you like some space epics, hot alien chicks, giant talking sharks, you know what to do. Back the Ace.
That's right. That's right. Well, hit the link in the description of this video. Go back the book, and chat. Thank you for being here, Edwin. Thanks for coming to hang out, man.
Hours always flies by, man. I was like, man, it's been an hour already.
Yeah. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun and we're having good conversations, man. It is awesome to see you doing so well, and the consistency and the longevity of the Ace. It's inspiring, dude. So keep up the good work, brother. And you're always welcome to come hang out and talk about your next book.
Definitely.
But thanks for being here. And chat, remember,
Shop smart, shop S smart.